Oh my, we have people. Thank you so much. Bear with me because I've been kind of behind this desk most of the day trying to do progress reports on the storm. So Mr. Varga, Chief Varga, thank you for all the work you guys have been doing. And it's been a tough day.
Yeah, it's still ongoing. I'm actually trying to update the list and
You bet.
figure out where we're at. That's actually one of the reasons I'm on, is just to give you a quick update. So when you get going.
So what we'll do is let's see. So for Selectmen's briefing, we'll put it under there because we'll both be talking. How's that sound?
Works for me.
Okay. Okay, meeting's called to order. Everybody's present. It is 7:02. We have guests, which are the chief. I'm taking minutes tonight, and actually Roger is going to help me. Chris had to get home while it was still light to take care of some things. She had a fence go down and the whole bit. And it looks like perhaps Mr. Silversmith is on.
That's what it looks like, yes.
Yes, it does. And okay. So is there a TV on as well someplace? Or is that just a radio going? All right.
I don't think it's me.
Okay, do we need to hear from the public? Mr. Silversmith, do you have something?
I do not, thank you.
Okay.
Hey, Catherine, so to make it the right way, for under the public, I do want to voice my concern about tomorrow night's Zoom only meeting, given the current situation, which I'll discuss later.
Are you talking about the special town meeting?
Yes, the special town meeting, yeah.
All right. How about this? When we get down a little bit, why don't we add that to the agenda?
Okay.
Okay. And your concern at this point is about public safety?
Well, but it's a Zoom only meeting, is that correct?
No.
Well, the way I read
That's
it.
that's the way it's posted.
Yeah, that's the way it's posted.
It is? Okay.
Yeah, that was my concern, is
Then
that
we will have
several locations that are without internet access, and that may continue. My house is one of them, so.
Okay, thank you for pointing that out.
Let me pull it up real quick and see, but the way I read it, it says online only, so.
That's correct.
Regardless, even if it's advertised as hybrid, that would mean is that a number of people who wanted to attend the Zoom portion would be disenfranchised.
Right. And so, I don't know. I mean, right now, as you know, Eversource isn't posting any outage or return to service updates at all.
I know. I'm dealing directly with our liaison.
Yeah.
So I'll get into that when we get into our briefing. Okay.
Okay. All right.
So thank you. I hadn't thought about that. Okay. First Selectmen's briefing, and pardon me if I jump around a little bit. First of all, we are working with the finance for the I can do that on a school roof update. So bear with me. First Selectmen's briefing, at this point in time, everything's focused on this storm. So I have sent out, didn't have access to the town website to do updates out there. And I didn't have access to the town Facebook page to put updates out there either. So I've relied upon putting them out on Ashford Community Connections and working with the our EMD, our assistant EMD, our liaison with Eversource in particular. We actually changed liaisons because the first one was not delivering the information that we needed. And I got another one, thank goodness. And she's been helpful, but it's still very hard getting answers because there's so much devastation and many outages across the eastern part of the state that, we're not the highest priority. We have some things that are super high. We had a truck that had a live wire come down over it on Route 89. The fire department worked on that, addressed that with Eversource, if I understand correctly.
That is
And
correct.
I'm not sure, is the power back on? The Eversource person couldn't tell me if the power was back on in that area.
Yes, the power is on in the area. Yes.
Thank
yes.
you. That's helpful. I'll tell her. The, we also have, in addition to a lot of downed lines and trees on lines and down trees, in roads, we also have flooding. We had 3 roads wash out. They were our dirt roads, Oaks, Subpoena, and there was one other one. I forget, it'll come to me. I'm sorry. So, Public Works was able to take care of Oaks and Subpoena, at least to make them passable. They worked extra hours this evening to do that. And, I think they've all gone home to have a rest because they need it. They'll come back, over the next 2 days and kind of, do final fixes to those roads. In the meantime, I'm going to pull up something just so that you can hear where things are, because I don't think all of you are on Facebook, and I don't have another way to do this. So just give me a second. Here you go. So I had put one post out on Ashford Community Connections,
Got
and they're keeping it at the top of the page, which is really wonderful. I'll find it here.
That's fine.
There it is. And I'm updating it periodically. So what's been stated is we're working with the utility companies, with the highest priority being given to situations where people are in immediate danger, wires on occupied vehicles, people unable to access or leave their homes, and where the largest number of people are impacted by a single event. And so we had 360 something people affected on Route 74 that live in Ashford. We had, I think it was 26 on Bevington. It's my understanding that, let's see where we are. Our current status is Axe Factory Road has one home blocked in by wires in the road. I'm not sure if they're electrical wires or what. I guess there was a cone put in place this morning. I actually, in talking with Eversource, have a special number to call for those people to call to, because they're not showing up in the system. Bevington Road was blocked between Bevington Lane and Horse Listeners. I believe it still is. Do you know, Paul, if it is?
It is. It is. As of about 5 minutes ago, that is still closed. Yep.
Shady Road has a tree on the wires. Ference Road at the corner had a tree on the wires. Nath Road, a power line in the middle of the road. If I say anything here that's changed, please let me know, Paul.
Yeah, so far you're right, unfortunately.
Waterfall Road is the highest priority. There's an overhead line crew that's now on site as of about 20 minutes ago. This was escalated as the homes between number 205 and 242 cannot be accessed due to tree and wires blocking the roadway on both sides of those addresses. So that's why it was escalated. Route 89 line near Route 44, there's a line down. Route 44 is open to traffic. That's the one I was talking about that I was wondering if the power was still out. And Nagy Road, there's a tree on the wires. Squirrel Hill Drive, there's a tree on the wires. Varga Road, dirt road and it was washed out. That's the one that hasn't been fixed yet. Zajac Road near number 34, which is as you're going towards Route 74. There's 2 trees down and a low hanging wire about 5 feet above the ground. Also, maybe Paul, you can help us on this one. A tractor trailer veered off of Route 84 at exit 62 and is in the reservoir. It sounds like it's in Moray Pond.
Yes, it was in the town of Union, the incident happened, and there was a tractor trailer that went off the highway into Moy Pond. I do not know the status of any of that, other than they were there for a good part of the day.
Okay.
I do want to add, Zytek Road is actually closed from 46 to Route 74. It is not passable.
Thank you. And those are all of the ones that are not passable. The ones that have been cleaned up or whatever are Lakeview Drive, which was over at Lake Chaffee, which was flooded due to large netting caught in a drain. Public Works cleared that. Turnpike Road was flooded. The drain was cleared by Public Works. By the way, Public Works went out the day before and looked at drains all over the place to try to make sure they were prepared for the storm. Oaks Road is now passable, and Supina Road is now passable. Eversource, the latest report is that it was originally 1,632 people, or 73% of the town were without power.
I have to address something.
And now it's at 334. What did you say, Paul?
I think he said he had to go address,
Oh, he had to go. All right. So now we're down to about 300.
I think he said he had to go address something.
Okay. The latest report as of about 20 minutes ago is we're down to about 334 homes, which is down from the 1,632. And the affected areas are Armitage, Bevington, Chady, Colts Pond, Eastford Road. They have one for Gumbar, Gombar, number 533. They had 2 calls on that. I don't know what road that is. It's not on anything I've seen. Nath Road, James Road, Kitterbrook, Lake Chaffee, Lips Road, Mansfield Road. Not highway. They fixed the 321 that were affected there, which is great. North Road, Pumpkin Hill, Southworth Drive, Turnpike Road, Varga Road, Westford Road, and Westford Hill Road. So what I'm communicating to the public now is that a phone charging station is located between Knowlton Memorial Library and the town office building. Public Wi-Fi is accessible from the Knowlton Memorial Library parking lot, which is very good that they put that in before. And on Tuesday, tomorrow, we expect the temperature to start dropping, and we'll determine if we need to open a warming center for those who are still waiting for their power to be restored. We'll kind of have to take it as it comes to see where we stand. So those are my updates right now. The day has been devoted to this, believe me. Yes.
Oh, I was just gonna say, apparently they've restored power to Nagy Road, but there's still a problem. That's why I had to step out, because we have a fire call up there.
So should I just leave Nagy Road as
Leave it
Yeah.
as closed for now, that end closed for now. They're gonna, they're checking it out right now. So if I have an update before the meeting's over, I'll let you know.
That would be great. Thank you.
The other thing that I think is important for us is Route 89 in the town of Mansfield at Laurel Lane is closed. So you cannot access the town of Mansfield or Willimantic going down 89 south. So that is important for us in the department, because that's our access to the hospital. So we have to take alternate routes, but it's also important for townspeople if you want to put that out on the Facebook page.
All right.
So they don't go down and turn around or hit the tree in the middle of the night.
So one more time with feeling, Route 89 from.
Route 89 in the town of, it's actually in Mansfield at Laurel Lane.
Okay.
It's just past Mount Hope intersection, Mount Hope Road.
Yes.
It's a little bit further down. There's the little, it's right before that park. I can't think of the name of the park they have there.
I got it.
Yeah, so that's been closed all day, and I don't see an estimate on when they're going to repair it. I don't know why it hasn't been escalated, because it is a major thoroughfare.
I'll speak to them. It'd be great if we had okay, so I'll just tell them it's near Laurel Lane.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
it's on the ticket. I just don't know why.
I'm gonna ask them to escalate it.
Yeah, the address is, I think that's 885 Warrenville Road is the address
One
that
more
they're
time,
using as a reference.
885 what?
Warrenville Road, actually, that says new, it's not new. 885 Warrenville Road, that's,
Thank you.
that's 89 in Mansfield. Yeah, so there's actually several incidents there in that area from 889 to 772, so maybe they're gonna address it because that's kind of a big, like I said, that's a big thoroughfare for the town of Mansfield and for the town of Ashford. So,
Yes. Okay,
right, that
All right.
is kind of, you covered all the other roads that are closed. Unfortunately, I'll just add that there are multiple roads that are either closed or partially closed. If it were up to me, I would request that people just not go anywhere, especially at night. It's dangerous. It's hard to see with the rain and the, it's dark out early now. So,
thank you.
just-
I'm gonna do that.
yeah, I'm just looking, I think you covered everything that, I think we got them all.
Good, because I
so-
was cobbling them together from everybody because not everybody,
Yeah,
yeah, so our own EMD people didn't get information.
yeah, we were trying to pass it on. It's really hard because while we're doing it, it's hard to keep track. I had somebody here
Right.
who was trying to keep track of it all, and then we're trying to pass it out to Tom and Mike.
Yeah,
And every time we thought we were caught up, we would get hit with another one.
well, I hope that my role in putting it together so that it's in one place helps a bit. At least it gets it to the public so that they know
Yeah.
what's going on. It's not really your job to go running out there and putting stuff out to them.
No, I did have my person try to keep us updated, but they ended up responding to calls, so we can't be in two places at
Yes,
once.
and I don't want to be in the way of anybody. I just want to get the information and put it out to the public so that they're not driving around there.
Yeah, and like I said, I wish we could I just wish people would not go anywhere if they don't need to. That's the biggest thing for us. I
Yeah.
got passed so many times today trying to put out cones because the road was closed, and then they have to turn around and they look at you like, "What are you doing?"
All right. Well, I'll tell them that.
Yeah, I just well,
Next
it's for
time,
their
next
safety.
time,
I
if it
mean,
gets to the point where if you feel that's what should be done, just let me know and I'll tell them.
all right.
Okay,
Yeah,
so-
but otherwise, I mean, all in all, now it's hard. It's dark. The wind has finally kind of come down, so it's going to be, I would think, at least 24 to 48 hours for some of the outlying places.
Yes,
And there's some like Waterfall Road has that's a pretty significant break, and the other one that's pretty significant is Nath Road. There's a pole involved at Nath Road, so
yeah,
that's going to be a bit.
okay,
So, and like I said, I'll see if I hear anything about Nagy, and that's it. That's all I had for that. So
Okay.
we'll keep on going.
all right. Is there anything else, as far as the first selectmen's briefing? Also, Chris and Chris and me and the financial advisors, we have, the legal one and then the financial advisor for, well, we'll get down to it. I'm sorry, it's in the school roof. I'm letting you know we're meeting with them again. Okay. So acceptance of the minutes of, actually, was there anything anybody had any questions about?
Yeah, Catherine, it's Bill. I had a couple of questions. Is Roger there? I can't see.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. I'm
Okay.
sorry. It's
Okay,
hard to-
Bill. Don't worry about it. I'm here, Bill.
No, no,
Here
it's
he
just like-
is.
Good evening, Roger. I had two questions. One of them Paul touched on. When I went up to check the agenda for the town meeting tomorrow, I was surprised to see that it was by Zoom only. And I was curious who made that decision and when that was made, because it wasn't my understanding. I thought we were going to be doing hybrids.
So did I. I didn't catch it.
Okay.
So we'll find out. In the
Okay.
meantime, even if it was hybrid at this point in time, it sounds like we wouldn't be holding it yet. So.
Yeah, my reaction to Paul's comments tonight are on the same line. I don't think it'd be appropriate, particularly not only do we have people without electricity, but I understand internet is also broken down in even more spots. So,
Yes, it is.
And then the other question I had, and we could add it to the agenda if we want to discuss it, Catherine, was, do you know how many applications came in for the business assistance program? I know
Yes,
the closing was on
18.
the 8th.
18,
18?
yes.
Oh, that's good.
And they've been provided, there was one that came, physically arrived a little late, but was postmarked correctly. So that one I'm waiting for them to pick up. They anticipate the, Economic Commission expects, they have a small subcommittee, they expect to complete their review in mid-January.
Okay,
Okay,
Good.
one thing I think we need to do is we need to make sure that we have set up how, what kinds of paperwork is appropriate to have with the acceptance of the money. Okay, as the money is being apportioned out, something that indicates the receipt of the money and its purpose or that kind of thing. So we need to get something crafted for that. So, bear with me, we're trying to take notes. You taking notes over there? Okay.
I did have one company a business that called me and they were inquiring about a late filing. And I said, we'd have to address that. Noticed this to close on the 8th. I assume we're holding to that. Unless we-
Yes, something that was,
unless we have
anything that
monies
was
left over.
postmarked on the 8th
Yeah,
or was
Okay.
received on the 8th, yes, that was the
Okay.
deadline.
18 is good response. I'm happy to hear that.
Yes, it is. Although, even with the one that came, that was postmarked, I had a question about whether or not to accept that, so I contacted Mike Gantic and he said, put it through. Okay, so if one did come late or whatever, we could we could at least let the group know.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that person submitted or whatever. We have, got a bunch of them that were sent out by the Economic Commission, a bunch of the applications.
Yeah,
And there were 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 of them came back as undeliverable, return to center.
really? Huh.
And I'm giving those to them as well, to the Economic Development Commission. Okay, cancel. Hang on, I got this right. Paperwork. Okay. And let's see. Okay, so let's go down to acceptance of the minutes of the regular meeting of December 11th. We have a motion on that.
Regular meeting or special? meeting?
Was it a special meeting? Oh, it said regular meetings, but it's
Oh.
really the regular meeting and the special meeting. Did we have 2 on that day? Right?
Not yet at the moment, it was pretty short and sweet, so. I'll move to accept,
Did we have 1 or 2?
just one.
Just 1, regular meeting. Okay, do we have a second to that?
Yeah, was that? I
Did you
think
read the
11
minutes?
I read them briefly on the computer. My printer is broken down.
There
I'll
was,
second.
I'm
Go
sorry,
ahead.
there was something left out of the minutes. We had a
Okay.
motion that was left out of the minutes. I'd like to, the motion was to initiate a $50 usage fee for private parties in Knowlton Hall. And a $50, and the usage fee was going to be made out to the Ashford Food Bank. And a $50 refundable cleaning fee. And, purely refundable. If it's written as a check, we just give them the
Yep.
check back. And we approved that. That motion was not captured. It was that we were discussing it. I think it was a little mental block to not put the motion in. However, as part of this meeting, I would like to add something to the agenda about that, because I'd like to extend that same fee structure to use of the senior center for private parties and for the old post office. It seems like it would be a fair thing to do. And also to make it effective in January for anyone who is not already reserved, has been grandfathered in at the old rate, if you will. So I'd like to have that added to the agenda.
Do you want that now?
Oh, well, after we talk about these minutes, what we want to do with them. So
Okay.
do we want to wait on approving these and have the original motion
Yeah, let's do that.
crafted and then put this one in for this, when we add this to the agenda,
Sure.
put this in as a kind of a correction or whatever?
I think that makes the most sense.
Thanks. Okay, so we're gonna waive this acceptance right now. And hear from boards, commissions, committees. I have nothing in particular. Anybody else?
The one thing we had was Bill Korinsky.
Oh,
That's under new business.
that's coming down
Yep,
in the
my bad.
appointments
My bad.
later on.
Yep.
Okay, so nothing there. And then old business, Ashford School Replacement Projects Update. So Chris and I met with the finance manager we hired. And the attorney that we use for our bonding.
That's Al from Halloran and Sage.
No, it's not him. Forgive me for a
Joe?
second. While Mark, is it Mark?
Mark Chapman is the finance consultant.
Okay, we met with Mark. And the other person, I'll have to look it up.
Okay. Who's with Halloran and Sage?
I didn't actually pay attention to what company it was. I was listening more to what he was telling us. So give me a
Yeah,
second.
he's the one that we've been working on and getting the language for all the amendments and everything.
Yes,
I
yes.
want to assume it was him.
Yes. Okay, and we met with them and with Jim Rupert to talk about planning in terms of, getting the bonding, how to pay for the work that's already been done, the architectural work. And we've talked about that, self-funding that. And Sherry Susie, our treasurer, was also in attendance. So we can send out a summary of that to you folks. So you have it. But basically, it was getting information about, what we needed to do and some general sense of timing for some of the things that had to be done. And they talked about, getting notes and final bonding and all of that. So that's all under the realm of the $5 million that was approved.
Catherine, on this, for lack of a better term, the short-term money, was
Yes.
there a dollar amount discussed?
Well, I think the architecture bill that we've received already that's supposed to be paid by the end of the month is 26,000. No, 23,000. And then we expect the other half to come in right after that. They're supposed to complete the architecture work this month. So we expect to receive the other bill right after that. And it was a matter of, making sure that we could get them paid.
What I recall previous discussions with both Mark Chapman and Halloran and Sage about that was there were three methods that were possible that we could come up with short-term funding.
Right,
One was loan the money to ourselves from the general fund.
right.
The second would be, and the bond allows us to do that, to do a short-term bond.
What,
And then the third was we could borrow the money.
right,
from our
and
bank.
according to the finance manager and Halloran and Sage, it made the most sense for right now for our immediate issue to borrow the money from ourselves, from the general fund. And then their bills will not, their particular bills for those guys will not come right away. So, and they told me it takes about a 3-month period to get everything in order for the bonding, that kind of thing. And that during that time, if notes are needed, we can do notes. And then go just for the bonding for the whole thing.
The information that we have in hand, that's the way that I've thought would be the most efficient and also the less expensive to the town.
That's
to
what
do it
I
that
think
way.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, okay, so we met with them and we're having another meeting with Jim Rupert tomorrow morning. It was supposed to be this morning. He's gonna come here. And we're gonna lay out as best we can the timeline for everything. We need to make sure that roof is done by the 3rd week of August. Because the kids start school right after that. So I need, for my comfort level, but for everybody's, is let's get it laid out so that we understand what we have to do at what point in time and who needs to do it. And kind of like a little project. So that's what we'll talk about tomorrow, and I'll get that drafted so that we can share it with the other selectmen, et cetera, so that everybody can weigh in. All right, if that's all you need for that, we'll move down to new business. So we have the Conservation Commission. We have reappointments of Loretta Roble, Steve Morito, Gwen Holland, Christine Acebo, Janet Bellamy, Bill Dubinsky to serve as regular members to November 2025. That is the first motion that we would need.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
Okay, that's Roger.
I will second it.
Thank you, Bill.
I'm assuming we meet all the minority representation requirements.
That's my understanding.
Okay.
So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Thank you. And then another one is the reappointment of Stephanie Dubinsky as an alternate member seat to serve to November 2025 as well.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, Roger for
I
that.
will second the motion.
Thank you, Bill. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. And then we do have an alternate member vacancy term, which expires November 2025 on that commission, which we don't have a member, anybody for yet. Ashford Housing Authority, don't have anybody. We do have vacancies that are going to expire. One is going to expire January 1st, 2024. So we need to find someone for that. And then another one to expire January 1st, 2028. Economic Development Commission, one regular member vacancy that expires in February of 2025. I don't know.
Just a quick question. I
Sure.
got a note here that says, Bill Kerensky,
Oh, yes.
was he, we appointed, does he need to be appointed?
Can you show me your note? I didn't have my original here that Chris gave me. And I'm a little brain dead. So this one is one vacancy to expire January 1st, 2028. Wait. And that is, the nominee is Bill Kerensky.
So I'll make the motion to appoint Bill Kerensky for the
Thank you.
slot.
And Bill, do you want to do the
I
second?
will second that.
Thank you. Got a little pattern going here. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Motion passes. Okay, Economic Development Commission, again, a regular member vacancy that expires in February of 2025. I don't know why I thought that we had more people missing from that commission. They seem to have difficulty getting a quorum. Inland Wetlands and Watercourses fill one regular member vacant seat, the term of which expires June 1st, 2025, and then an alternate that expires June 1st, 2027, and we don't have anybody for those. Excuse me. Zoning Board of Appeals, we don't have an alternate member seat, alternate member for a seat that expires November 5th, 2025. Tax refunds, we don't have any that I'm aware of. I'd like to have a motion to add the fees for use of town buildings to the to the agenda.
So moved.
I'll second that.
Okay, that's gonna be agenda item, whatever. And I'd like to recommend that we use the same fee structure we discussed before and agreed upon before, which was to, we can actually make this whole motion if you want.
Did you,
Charge,
did you take a vote on the motion to add it?
oh, no, I didn't.
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
Hey, I'm supposed to do that with you. All in favor of adding the motion of the item to the agenda?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Did we say who was adding it? We had the motion for that?
I made the motion.
Okay, thank you, Bill. And I have a second,
Yep, nice.
okay? And all in favor of adding it? Aye,
Aye.
aye, aye. Okay, and then, what I'd like to recommend is that we charge $50 for use of Knowlton Hall, Knowlton Memorial Hall, the senior center, and Old Post Office for private parties. $50 rental fee, if you will, usage fee,
User's fee, I'd say.
yeah. And $50 refundable cleaning fee. And
Deposit.
the
Cleaning
usage
deposit.
fee to be a check to be made out or to be paid to the Ashford,
Food bank.
thank you, Ashford Food. And the refundable cleaning fee for all of those buildings, effective for all requests made after December 31st, 2023.
That's fine. We don't want to give them a little more time than that, or is you
I
comfortable
was
with that
thinking
time?
about that, and I don't think we need to.
Well, and just, we have to acknowledge that grandfather folks who.
And we will grandfather in the
Yeah.
others, but this, by doing this, by saying after December 31st, everybody who has already made appointments,
Yep.
you know, whatever, reserved
Okay.
things, would not be charged.
Do you have time? I know we're past the deadline. Do you have time to get that into the citizen
Yes,
by any chance?
I have time to get it in by tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I-
The only other thing, Catherine, is a friendly amendment. And I'm not real confident in the language to use, but I'd like it to say somewhere in there, those who are exempted, town boards, agencies, or those that are exempted from fees for the citizen will also be exempted from these charges.
Yes, thank you. Very good. Those exempted from fees for ads in the Ashford Citizen will also be exempted from charges of
User's fee.
these charges. Okay, any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you so much. Motion passes. That'll do it in one fell swoop. Won't confuse people so much. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of pushback. They're getting a pretty good deal.
I agree.
Okay, anything else that you feel needs to be added to the agenda?
And about tomorrow night's meeting, you'll assess in the morning and we'll try to notify everybody as best we can.
Right, we probably should just do it tonight. I'm trying to think of the best way to notify people.
Well, I'd say through Zoom, but Zoom's not getting it to everybody either, or the internet right now.
Well, the only thing I can think of is to put it out on the town website.
Yeah,
That the special town meeting has been canceled due to weather or something like that. Due to the impacts of the
safety
storm.
concerns.
Safety.
Now, I believe that's going to put us beyond the required timeline on an appointment.
The
Getting
only,
somebody into that position, but I'm
yeah,
sure
there are no penalties for missing the deadline. We were just doing our
Okay.
best to meet it.
Yeah. Okay. good.
Okay, and we will decide the date of the
Next
new
meeting.
during our next meeting.
And that will definitely be hybrid, right?
The Zoom, special town meeting?
Next town meeting.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Do you want a motion for that, Catherine, or are you all set?
I think. Well, when we cancel a meeting, we don't typically have a motion.
Okay.
I wouldn't worry about that. I have one more thing here. I was thinking of. Oh, I have a problem with the date of our next meeting, which is the 27th. I have a doctor's appointment that morning. So is that a meeting that we feel is absolutely necessary 2 days after Christmas?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Okay, so in all likelihood, I will cancel that. And then our next meeting will be the first one of 2024.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. You
Yeah,
don't look
let's hope-
happy.
Let's hope the weather gets better.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
I doubt it, but yes.
so would it have been worse if this had been snow?
Oh,
Yes.
man, yeah, it would be a big shovel.
With those
Okay.
winds? Oh, with those.
Yeah, with those winds, and that really would depend on the temperature too, if it's cold enough to be snow, but not cold enough to be really cold snow.
Right.
Light fluffy snow is one thing, but can you imagine like 10 inches or a foot of heavy wet snow with this wind? Oh my gosh.
I don't want to imagine.
And quite honestly, like that's the one good thing. It's going to get cold tomorrow, but that gives us the town, the DPW, the fire department, Eversource, Frontier, Spectrum, all a chance to go out tomorrow. We had a good couple hours today to try to get some stuff cleaned up. We have most of the day tomorrow before it gets cold. So
Good. Good.
Yeah. Real quick, just so you know, Eversource is on site at Waterfall trying to at least open the road, and they're on site at Bevington doing the same thing.
Okay.
And they are looking at the Mansfield thing because she called me about something else. One of the other liaisons called me with a question. So I asked them to look into that because that's an access problem for me.
So you said which road? You said Bevington.
They're on Bevington Road right now and they're on Waterfall.
Oh,
That's
what?
for Waterfall.
Very good.
And then I asked them when I had her on the phone because she called me with a question. I asked her to look into the town of Mansfield and escalating Warrenville Road, Route 89 to get that open.
Good.
So,
Good.
so hopefully that
Yeah.
has an effect.
Normally the escalations go through here because unfortunately I got kind of stuck in this. Because
That's how, I mean,
but
yeah.
it's working. It's working. Okay. So I just want to let you know.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Do we have any other agendas? Do we have any agenda items for the next Board of Selectmen meeting besides? What was the thing? Oh, besides setting the date for a town meeting, special town meeting? No? Okay. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you, Bill.
Seconded.
7:46 I've got.
Thank you.
Raj. Thank you.
Everybody be safe and have a Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
Yeah, stay
Oh,
safe.
everybody
Thanks,
votes
Paul,
yes,
for all you
yes.
guys do.
Get some rest. All
yeah,
right.
thank
Have a
you.
good night.
I'll talk with you again tomorrow.
Oh, I'm sure. All right.
I'll be here.
Okay.
Good night.
I'll be here. So,
I know you will.
all right.
Okay, take care.